The healthcare information of every student is vital in every institution. It is important that all institutions have a strong database that keeps record of all students' medical histories. It is with this motive that my team and I came up with the university healthcare system. This system allows the student to book appointments and also allows authorized healthcare givers to keep records of students as well as their medical history, have access to their medical history. My name is Yvonne Lamisi Bukari, a member of the team that came up with this brilliant idea, and I have with me other team members who will be working us through the whole project. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Omega, introducing you to some of the features and the interface of the University Healthcare Management System. This is the homepage, where you can have some quick access to some of our basic services, like below. On the navigation bar, we have the About and then Appointment, where you can book an appointment with a doctor. On the appointment, you fill in your required details, basic required details. You have the contact list where you can also reach us whatever suggestions or improvements on the system. You input it and you forward it to us. You also have the login page for the administrator, the doctor, and the patient. So the administrator's login page, basically, that is where the administrator does most of the activities of the system, such as adding a patient, adding doctors, where some of the basic files for the patient and the doctors are kept. On the administrator dashboard, you can find other services such as the department, the treatment types, and others. Yes, so on the administrator dashboard, you can also add patients and view some of the patient's records. So this is an example of the patient's records. And currently, these are the few that we have on our system. The administrator also adds doctors, and these are some of the doctors who are currently on our systems. On this panel, the administrator can make changes whenever there's an update. And basically, that is what the administrator panel offers. Yeah, so basically this brings us to the end of the interface and some of the features our system can offer. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Michael, and as my colleague has said about the interface, I would like to go a little about the backend. So someone asked the backend. The backend, I would say, is the house, or I would say the warehouse where all the code can be found. So the interface that you saw earlier on, which displays the admin page, the hospital details, about the patient, and also about the homepage itself. I'll display everything right here so that we can see how all those information that can be found here can be fed to the interface. Alright, so the first page I also would like to consider is the home page. So the home page, I've named it here as the index page. So let me display the index page so that we can see everything over there. And some of the stuff that we can change, or some of the stuff that we can even delete. Okay, so this is the index page. Okay, so you see with the interface, we have a Slido over there. So this is how the Slido is being displayed over here. We have the first one, that's the image, we have the layers of the image, and also you have the styling of the image as well. So we have 3 different images that slide within some couple of minutes, or let me say some couple of seconds. So all these images can be found on the back end, and anything that I change here automatically affect the interface and also affect how the interface information is, including the admin, the doctor, the patients, and any other details that my colleagues spoke about can also be found here. So without wasting my time, I also like to talk about the About page. Okay, so before we visit the About page, on the top side of the website, or let me say the interface, we saw admin, we saw patient, we saw about, and we even saw the image of GTUC, or let me put it this way, the logo of GTUC. All those information can be found on the header. So we have displayed it, or we have divided into various sections. So with these sections, we have the header over there, we have the footer. This section runs through the entire website. So when it comes to the home page, we have the same thing. When you go to the About Us page too, we have the same thing. When you go to the patient page, we have the same thing. And also when you go to the administrators page, you have the same thing. So that's the header. And I think with this explanation, it also gives a little description about the footer as well. So I wouldn't like to waste my time over there. Now let me move on to the patient page, then we move on to the doctor's page. Alright, so with the patient page, we have the patient profile, where the patient details can also be found. Everything about the patient can be found over there. Now, that's all I can talk about with the patient page. Anything I would like to include, we include it here and to display it over there. Now, also talk about the payment page. Okay, so the payment page also talk about how we accept our payment on the site as well. Now, that's all about the payments. We have different form of payments. It depends on what you want. And also, I'd like to move on to. So we also have the administrators page. So when it comes to administrative page, the administrative page contains everything, including that of the patient and including that of the doctors as well. So that administrator has option either to include a doctor or even to include a patient, or to even if a doctor is not performing the function as expected, the administrator is the one who have to make sure the doctor does well, or if it still continues, the administrator is the one who is supposed to remove that particular doctor. Thank you very much.
My other colleagues have talked a lot about the interface of the project, the codes behind it. I am here to talk about the database behind all these projects. The database was the main reason why this project was developed. We need a strong database because without a database, we cannot manage any system. By the way, my name is Awuni. The queries responsible for creating all this database, as you can see, is here. We have a query for creating the admin structure, which is the table. A column called ID with a restriction, not null. This is the structure for the admin table. We have a structure for the appointment table. There are a whole lot of parameters which data inserted into this table. This is the structure for the billing table. We have the billing records. This is the structure of the billing records. The billing records, I want to go a little bit further. It contains the billing ID, which cannot be null. There must always be a billing service. If the billing records is activated, it cannot be null. I'll move further into the department structure. These are just sample data which was inserted into the department table. The doctor table, as you can see, this is the full structure of the doctor table. That's how it works. I want to skip all these things and go to show a bit of the tables. We have the admin table. As this query selects from the school system.admin will display the admins currently who can operate the system. The admin name, which is Joseph Sector, with a login ID and then a password. These informations are stored here. There are other authentication systems protecting this database. The payments, we have the payments table, which contains some previous payments which have been made. We can go through the treatment records, which are also very, very important table. This contains treatment descriptions, dates which these things were made. It even contains images, which is provided in the structure. There's a treatment date, a treatment time, and all relevant records which needs to be in this table. There's a service type table. The service type table which contains the service which we provide in our system. We have the S-way service with the charge and the description. Basically, this is the whole structure behind the database and the actual data which has been fed to it. So this demonstrates the database behind this project, the structure and all the constraints behind it. Thank you, and I hope this project is considered.